What is up, YouTube, and welcome to Custom Points Live. I am your host, Jarrett, and I wanted to talk to you guys today about our trip to uh, Maui. We had a really great time in Maui. We were able to go with family thanks to points. Again, if you have watched any of these other videos of my redemptions that I've been posting today, I have stayed in a bunch of awesome places in 2025. So I wanted to post all of these videos back to back to back so that you can watch them at your leisure. I am doing my best. I have a family, I have a business, and I don't have the time to sit down and edit all these videos down for you guys. I wish I did. But instead, I'm going to show this to you like I would a friend. Just kind of guide you through what I did, where we went, and what the redemption was like. So let's, without further ado, get right into it. And if you have questions about advanced strategies, how you can stay at places like this for absolutely free, other than some annual fees, and I can help you with that as well. Feel free to click the link in the description below where you can book a call one-on-one with me, and I'd be happy to guide you through what cards you have, what your setup is, what your goals are, any redemptions that you have. I made the mistake in the past of letting you guys know you could email me, and I'd be happy to help you, and I would, but I had to draw the line today on all the emails that I've been trying to respond to as quickly as I can. And instead, now we have this ability for you to be booking a time with me directly, and I can give you my undivided attention. So without further ado, let's get into this video here. So I'm going to just be going through and grabbing certain moments of the trip to show you guys what it was like. First of all, I will add here that the property has a whole bunch of different stuff you can do. I don't know if this has been updated since. This was taken in May of 2025. But you can see that it's a big property. There's a lot to do on the property, lots of things to do, and you can pause the video. Feel free to see if there's anything in there that you're interested in. But that's some of the stuff that's available. As far as the actual tour of the property, I'm just going to show you a little bit here and there of what it looked like. We stayed at again, this is at the Waldorf Astoria in Maui. Gorgeous property. I think it was in a couple of movies they mentioned, and we really enjoyed ourselves. But listen, Maui is far. It's a far flight from the United States, and we did fly business class on the way back. I'll share it. I'll show you that as well. It's the nicest business class you can get domestically, by the way. But we've decided that I don't think we would do this again. The reason that we did this trip was specifically my sister-in-law was stationed there. She's in the Air Force, and we decided, you know what, we got points. Let's go make it a trip. And we had her brother came, and obviously my wife and son, and also my father and mother-in-law. And we were able to kind of get everybody together for a family trip. We booked two separate rooms, both of which on points. And I'll just kind of give you a tour of the overall property, and then we'll talk about the room. The room we didn't really love specifically, but nevertheless, it was because we were comparing it to where we had stayed before. I think that Cabo is much nicer. It's around the same amount of points. I don't remember if it's at the time it was. Now I don't know if it's the same. I haven't even looked into it because we stayed here, we did it. But I wouldn't go again, to be honest with you. It was not as great of a treatment as far as being a diamond member. I know that people say, oh, if you stay overseas, you get treated better. We've been treated very well in Orlando, and that's at the Conrad. But for whatever reason, this is their other. In all fairness, this is the Hilton's other flagship. So they have their reasons for being less than accommodating, I would imagine. But for me, it was less about having high expectations and more about just they didn't really seem to try to make it like that enjoyable of a trip. It's the first time that at any Waldorf I didn't have the feeling that like every single employee really wanted to help you and be there. It's not to say that there weren't really nice employees. There were great employees that helped with a lot of things. And like I said, gorgeous property overall. I mean, you're in Maui, right? You're in Hawaii. You're staying there for relatively free, other than paying annual fees, of course. And yeah, it was really really nice. But we said we wouldn't probably stay there again. This is the view of the ocean from where you are, just to give you like a little bit of an idea of what the view looked like. Pretty nice. It was pretty beautiful. You're in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, specifically that ocean. Sorry, bad jokes. Um, but yeah, you guys can kind of see what they have going on here. Then over here, you can kind of walk around the entire area and property. I think they had an event the day before for like, I think it was some kind of a business, you know, not a convention, but just like event. Um, but yeah, that's basically the view from the beach. Let's see what else we got here. I know I have the room somewhere here. Um, all right, so this is from the front. When you first get there, um, you arrive and um, oop, let's see, and there's just this like parking garage kind of area. This is the front. This is where you pull up. I went a little slower. I was still learning how to do this, and I'm still learning. So forgive me for the recordings not being pristine. But this is us walking through, or this is me walking through. So you can kind of see it's a very, very nice big place. It's a little bit dated as far as like the architecture, of course, because it's relatively old. Um, but really, really nice place. You got that. Let me put this away here, and I'll pull up the next video. So this is walking in the hall. They have like come on. They have like shops over here, and I think the concierge was right here. Grand Wale has shops, and unfortunately, I think there was only one. Like they have a Tommy Bahama. You can't put it on the room. That would be nice if you could. This is that same place where you had that view I showed you earlier. They have another little retail shop. There was one shop where you could put it on the room. They had like a guest. I think it was like a gift shop that they had. There was actually a second shop you could do it on the room. And then this was, I forget the name of it, a little place that you can have like a, to go food. Um, really good options as far as like, clean kind of stuff. Um, Not the cheapest, but compared to the other options on the property, definitely more affordable, hence the line. Really, clean stacks. The food was pretty good. They had, sandwiches and um, that's my attempt to zoom in and show you, but it wasn't going to do a good job of seeing everything. Um, Paninis, that kind of stuff. Pretty good overall food. Um, they have a little place that you can, like a little arcade. And then the best part about the place, I think, was the foliage. There was just like these koi ponds all over the place, and um, you can kind of walk the whole place, and you got a nice view of like all this stuff. I'm just gonna kind of speed this up so it's not so boring. So this is the restaurant here that where they serve breakfast in the morning. You eat it over here. Um, it has this really, really long name, Huma Huma Huma, something that I can't pronounce. And sorry for this thing here. I was not really sure how to use the uh, gimbal at the time, and I don't use this one anymore. Uh, I'll give you a chance to review that. As Huma 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 something. Huma Humu Humu Nukunu Nukunu Apua. All right. I'm not having a stroke, I promise. Um, so that's that restaurant there. And then you got a whole bunch of different pools. This was the coolest part of the place, was like all the different pools. I'm sure there's other YouTubers you can see that did a better job of showing all that, but I did do a walkthrough so that you could actually like, see what it looks like. Um, Here's another video of the pools. This one does a better job, I think, of showing you like what they have. There's these jacuzzis pretty much everywhere. There's all these cabanas. They do cost money. I say that specifically because most cabanas cost money, but there's a property I'll take you to and then in one of my next videos that does not have a cost for the cabanas, which was awesome. Um, Here you can see there's just, all these little steps to walk around. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Let's see. There you go. So they have the grotto, kind of like the Playboy Mansion, where you can kind of get a drink in here. It's in there over there, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, well, all these like kind of cool places to sit and relax. So this is kind of cool. No, maybe it wasn't over there. Maybe it's over here. I don't remember. Um, yep, grotto pool. There it is. So you can kind of see it. What is up with this thing? I don't know why my computer's spazzing out. Sorry, guys. All right, so that's where we were. But in the grotto, there's like a TV, even like a swim up bar, swim up TV. You can sit and watch if you have like. I think we were there when there was. I want to say it was some kind of a big event on TV. And then you see here, this is like one of the pools. Beautiful pools. Just to kind of take you through the whole place. I did this in the morning, so it was kind of empty. You guys could kind of see without all the people there. It got pretty packed. There were a lot of um, people all over the place, and just a overall really nice spot. Um, I don't remember what the redemption was as far as the points, but it wasn't great. Like value. I think it was like a a point per or a cent per point, something like that. It was like one of the lower ones that we've done, and I wasn't a big fan of that part of it. But we did get to get a big rental car. We got to the top of a mountain. No real reason to show you all that. And I did have a tour of the room at some point here because I'm sure you guys are interested in that. If I can find it. Here's another tour of the actual hotel. It was a really big hotel. So right there, they have a Nobu. Um, wasn't the best, but I tried it. So that's in the actual hotel. They have a Nobu. It's like I went to Nobu, but it wasn't that great. I've had better sushi. In fact, right near there was a place. Oh my gosh, what was the name? I can't remember the name of it. It was 3 letters and it was short. So if you can think of if you can look it up and find out what the place was near here, it was like a 5-minute drive. Really good sushi. In fact, they win awards for the best sushi. This is a tour of like the Nobu. Has a nice view, for sure. But the sushi at this other spot was so good. They win awards for the best sushi in Hawaii, and Hawaii obviously knows good sushi. and I mean it was bomb. I definitely recommend going there. Whatever is 3 letters, that's the place to go if you do stay there. Um, and I'm just trying to find the video of the room because I filmed it, but I must have filmed it differently. Um, let's see. Hmm. Oh, here it is. Yeah, it was a short video because it was a small room. I have been so lucky to get upgraded pretty often, and this time no dice, even though we're diamond. And partly the reason I wouldn't come back, but you can see for yourself. Let me share the video here. I mean, you tell me, what do you guys think? So this is the bathroom. I'll do that first. You know, they had just renovated the bathrooms, they said. But it's an older hotel, so obviously it's going to be different than others. But um, you know, bathroom's nice. Nothing to complain about. I'm not trying to be too bougie. All these points have made me bougie, guys. um, we've been having such a great time that it's when you don't go, when it's like, we went to Cabo first. That was the problem. If we had not gone to Cabo first, I don't think I would have. I think I would have probably enjoyed this a little bit more. But this is the room. This is the entirety of the room that you're looking at right here. The bed's to the left, and the view out there is just like, you got grass. um, we're on like the second floor, I'm pretty sure, and we did get a connecting room, thankfully. So, like I said, I mentioned we had our family that was staying here too. So my father and mother-in-law stayed on that bed, and then we had a pull out for the sister-in-law on one and the brother-in-law on the other. So there was space for all of us, and the baby, of course. But yeah, I mean, it was okay. It was okay. That was basically it. So, do you have any questions about how you can stay in places like this for pennies on the dollar? I think we ended up not coming out of pocket for this one at all, other than the points and the we had credits that we used for the property ourselves. So, if you want to know how to be able to stay in places like this and really only pay annual fees, you can book a one-on-one call, and I'll be happy to help you directly with any redemption questions or questions on what cards to get and the order to get them in, all that kind of stuff. Really appreciate you guys' time. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys so much. Have a